Hello, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. God bless you. Hope you had a wonderful Sunday. Um, I'm sure we already have most of the team here because this is a very exciting topic. I dare say it's a mammakious topic. So please, everyone, settle down. We have Yonda live here on Unboxed Praise, and she is here to bless us. So everyone, stay tuned. We are talking today about let's about celebrate success. And for those of you watching us for the first time, this is Let's Discuss, a program of the Unboxed Praise by the Unboxed Praise team, where we talk about practical matters in a non-religious manner, and we base a lot of things on the Bible and from the reality of the situation. And for those of you who will be watching us later, feel free to as those of you are watching us now, like, share, comment, and contribute, because we want to get all views and all angles and dimensions of the issue so that we can all grow. So thank you, everyone. Okay, yeah, I can see a few people have already joined. Ngozi, welcome. Today we have a special guest, Yonda herself. A lot of you would have seen on social media. I can't resist liking some of her posts and commenting it every time. She's a multi-talented personality, and I just bless God. It's been wonderful getting to know her and working with her in the last few months. It feels like we've even known forever. I think it's less than a year now. God, so let's welcome her. She does a lot of things. She is into linguistics. She's into voiceover, acting, singing, and a lot of other things. I wouldn't even start because we might spend the whole day talking about her. She's a multi-talented individual. So
Thank
welcome,
you. Thank you so
welcome.
much. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you
yeah.
so much. Good evening, everyone. It's evening here. Good
Mm,
evening. Thank you
mhm,
for having me. Thank you so
yeah.
much. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be talking about this topic. The topic of today is it's a very important one, and it's one that we talk about but gloss over, or in some situations we don't even talk about it until it's too late. One of the things we said is, why is it that we don't celebrate our own success or celebrate people? Because I've been to a few funerals where, or when someone passes, you now start hearing lots of things about them, and you are thinking, okay, I know these people are not just trying to be nice. This person has touched their lives in some ways. Why is it that we don't celebrate success as much as we ought to? Or am I wrong?
No, you are not wrong, sir. You are very correct, and I think it's because of the value that we attach success to. Because of the values that we attach success to. First of all, we should look at what success is. What is success? For some people, um, well, generally, I think success is the fulfillment, the satisfaction you get after um, achieving a goal, maybe a goal that you have set for some time. So when you achieve that goal, because naturally it's setting goals, most of the goals that we set in this part of the world anyway are not easily cannot be easily achieved. So they take time, they take a
Mm,
lot of hard work, they take consistency. So when you eventually achieve that goal, you feel you feel on top of the world. You feel that you have achieved something tangible, I think there's this hormone responsible for that feeling. It's called dopamine. You just feel high. But like I like to tell people, so if success is only based on what you are able to achieve, if it is based on what you have been able to accomplish,
Mm,
on the material things you have, on the degrees that you have been able to obtain,
mm,
on how much money you have, on how much material things you have, then why do people get depressed after all of that? People still get depressed. You see rich people going through stuff and they say they are depressed.
mm.
Why do people commit suicide, especially rich people? If they say, okay, oh, a poor person commits suicide, you might feel, okay, maybe he got tired. But why do rich people, why do they commit suicide?
Mm,
Why do they get depressed? Is because success, the value we attach to success is mostly materialistic.
wow. Wow.
Yes. So personally, when you don't attach anything tangible to success, people around you, they see it. They know what you attribute your successes to. So it will be difficult for people to celebrate you
Mm,
when you don't celebrate yourself.
wow. Wow.
Personally, for me, waking up every day is a kind of success because I have lost people to
Mm,
untimely death. So when I wake up every morning, I know it's a success on its own.
wow.
If you meet me one on one, you know I'm a joyous person. I'm always happy. I try to always be happy because I think I am already successful. I carry myself as if I'm successful already. I
Mm,
don't have much money, but I share the little that I have. I derive joy in seeing people happy. I derive
wow.
joy in seeing everybody around me. People know that I celebrate success. Every little thing that you are able to accomplish, if you are in my circle, I celebrate you because that's the way I want you to celebrate me. So I think
Wow.
is one of the things that we should check. What values do you personally attribute your success to or your successes?
Mm,
Yes.
wow. Wow. That's a really powerful one because like you said, people have different definition of success. And
Yes.
if some of the common definition or the ones we look at is the material things, and when we look at those material things, you can see that but some people have achieved this and they are still not happy. So that means it's not in the, like you said, it's not in the rush of excitement after you achieve it. There was a man who, I think it was Anthony Robbins. He said when he made $1 million, he was
Mm,
excited, but just for a few
mm.
minutes. He
Few.
said after that, life goes on. And
Mm,
could that be part of the reasons why people, when they achieve something and they've worked for it, especially like you said, material things, they've worked for it all their life, they now achieve it and they now see that they're still not happy? Could that be part of the reasons why they now feel, but I've worked so hard and achieved this,
mm.
achieved success, but I'm still
Yes.
not happy?
Yes. Because
Wow.
the values that we attach our successes to, like I said, for some people, like in this part of the world, I live in Nigeria, by the way. In this part of the world, as a young lady, if you are 30 and you are unmarried, you see people clamoring, why are you still single? Why are you not married? Why
Mm,
don't you have suitors coming? Do you understand? They try to to link you up, to set dates so that you can get hooked. But after getting hooked, what next? Some
mm,
people want to get married because they feel if they get married, that means there's a success attached to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
In this part
Yeah.
of the world, we feel an unmarried woman is not successful. It does not matter what you are. It does not matter who you are. In this part of the world, if you are unmarried, you are a lady, you are unmarried, we say, no, no matter what she has, she's not successful in that area.
Wow. Do
So
you
you
know?
now, some people because of that will now get hooked by all means. But after getting hooked, you are still not happy.
Mm,
So that means success is not attached to marriage.
wow.
For some
Wow.
people, is having your own biological children. For waiting mothers, I waited for some years, so I know. They will say, okay, you've been married for, after getting married now, they are still on your neck. Why are you don't have your own children yet? What is going on? You
Hmm.
call them womb watchers. They start watching. Yes, that's what we call them. Because, they have attached success to having biological children.
Hmm.
That's another one. But after having your own biological child or children, you are still not happy.
Hmm.
You are still not, you still don't get it. You don't know
Yeah.
why you don't know why you feel empty.
Hmm.
That is one of the things that will tell us that no, success is not attached to these things.
Wow. Wow.
Success is relative. Is
Wow.
relative. What you attribute your success to is not what I attribute my success to. But the bottom line is, do you celebrate yourself, your little achievements? Do you celebrate it? Because it is when you celebrate yourself that people around you will celebrate you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you've raised some really interesting things that, to be honest, I've not considered some of them myself before. So thank you very much. I
You
could
know?
see a comment by Professor Emeritus saying, "Well done." Um, I wanted to ask a question as well, and you know me, at times I could be a bit controversial. Do Can we say at times we, especially people from Africa, don't celebrate success because of fear of either witchcraft or fear of evil people? And because that there are some, because I know some people who will achieve some things, they'll just, no, keep it quiet,
Yes.
or, you know, they would still live in the same flats they've lived for so many years because they don't want people to know that things have,
What's going on with you?
what's going on. Is that another factor that makes people consider not celebrating?
Well, I think that factor actually in Africa is a factor. Yes. But that factor is overrated. Is overrated. Because naturally, some people are private people. They are private people. They don't make noise. They are silent achievers. They don't like to loud it. So, and it's fine. But even as a private person, as a silent achiever, there are ways you can still celebrate yourself. It is when you pat yourself and say, no, I have done well. Even with this little that I have, the Lord has blessed me. For some people that are not really private, I still look at myself as a private person. But recently, somebody reached out to me and said, look, I think you are sharing so much on social media. And to be candid, I am not sharing too much. I only share the part that I think can actually motivate people, that can inspire people. I didn't share when I bought a car. I didn't share when I bought land. I didn't share all of that. But I can share the journey, how I got here. I don't know how to put that, because there are stories that you can share. You can share how the Lord has been good to you. That's a way of letting people know that you are celebrating yourself. As you are celebrating yourself, you are celebrating the goodness of God in your life. You don't have to loud it. You don't have to put everything out there. But let people know. You can just share your testimony. Like me, I'm an open book on Facebook. If you go to my profile on Facebook, in fact, within 2 hours, if you go through my profile, in fact, in 1 hour, you know everything that I think you should know. Not everything totally, but what I think will inspire you, what I think will let you know that this person, the Lord has been good to this person. And I think it's fine. Okay, if we say, okay, because of the African factor, because of the way we are wired here, somebody called me and said, okay, you are sharing too much. Why are you posting your children? Why can't I post my children? Why can't I post them? Okay, if you are not going to post your own children, it's fine. Nobody is forcing you to post them. If somebody now say, okay, I think I need to post these children, let people see them. You shouldn't blame that person. You can be as private as you want. Okay, for the past okay, I only post my kids during their birthdays, and that's not too much. But some people are so private that they will not share anything. Even if you go to their profile picture, you only see maybe flower, maybe one car, maybe a Bollywood actor, and it's fine. Nobody is forcing you to do what you are not supposed to do.
Yeah.
But let's take that African factor away from. Don't you know who you are? Nobody can harm you. You should know. You should have confidence in who you are in God.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Another thing I wanted to raise, and please, everyone, feel free to contribute to this topic as well, because like we said, we want to get as many views as possible on this topic. One of the things I've found out as well is, so I have two questions, two in one. The first is, you mentioned that we shouldn't let our focus or our excitement just be around material things. My question now is, then what do we celebrate? Then the second question off the back of that is, does humility as well prevent people from celebrating success? Because there are some people who, like you said, some people are very private. Some people are a bit humble. We had a lady here, and hopefully we'll invite her. She's my own sister. In terms of, I've known her for over 10 years. She came and was sharing with us about what she's going through, lupus, and she was very open about it, and how God has been helping her, and how God has blessed her and her family. But one of the things she didn't mention was how God has helped bless the children, what they've achieved as well. Because I do know some inside stories, but I wouldn't want to say them on air as well. But is it humility that at times makes us not talk, because we feel if we are talking about our success, we are bragging to people, and people who have not yet achieved that might feel unhappy or jealous?
That's why I said you can be private as much as you want. You can be humble as much as you want, even if you don't want to put it out there. You make sure you realize how far you have come, and no matter how humble you are, at least you have few people that you can share with, and some success you don't need to tell anybody. Some success announce themselves. Like when you buy a car, when you buy a new car, and you say, okay, oh, because you are humble, won't you drive it? If you say, okay, oh, because you are so humble, you want people to know that you are humble. This car that you have bought, you now park it in the garage and cover it. It's not possible. It's not possible. There's no way you say, okay, because you are humble now, you just bought a house that you want to live in. You bought this house, but because you don't want people to see you bragging, you don't want it to look as if you are too proud, you refuse to move into the house. It's not possible. That's why I said some success, you can't hide them. You don't even need to tell people, okay, oh, I want to have housewarming on Saturday. Oh. You don't need to tell them how much your house costs. You don't need to tell them how much you bought the house. If you buy a range now, you don't need to tell people how much they sell range. They just Google it. They just Google it and say, wow, this person. So he's just doing like that. He's just doing, you understand? So some success, you don't need to inform anybody. You don't need to loud it. And we are not talking about that kind of success. We are talking about the success that cannot be held. Like waking up every day, waking up in the morning. For me, it's a big success. Recently, I just started something. When I wake up in the morning, I'll post on my WhatsApp status and write Motunti G. Motunti G. I'll come to my Facebook story and say Motunti G. And that means he woke me again today. Because it's a big success for me. If you have lost people to untimely death, like I said, if you have been amidst people and within maybe 3-4 years, you lose all of them, you know what it means to wake up every morning. You know that it's a miracle. And in this part of the world that we live in, I live in Nigeria. If you go out in the morning and you are able to come back in the evening to your house, safe and sound, you should get drums and shekere and be dancing. It's a miracle. Yesterday, I traveled from Abeokuta to Lagos. Between Abeokuta to Lagos, where I was supposed to be it's not supposed to be more than 1 hour. Max. We enter traffic. We spent 8 hours 30 minutes. And I remember that when my husband picked us and we were coming, we needed to be somewhere around Oniru. We just saw a body and he said, look, that's a body on the Corvette. I'm sure that person died yesterday. He left his house, maybe just to go do some things, maybe to work, and he didn't return home. If you leave your house in the morning in Nigeria and you return home in the evening, Nigerians know now, they know what I am talking about. You should get drums and dance. That's a success. We don't attach success to such things, but it's a miracle for you to wake up every morning. It's a miracle for you to be able to feed. For some people, they don't eat 3 times a day. Maybe they have breakfast and dinner. For you to be able to feed 2 times, at least 2 times a day, is a miracle in this part of the world. I don't know about where you are, sir. So for me, these are successes that we should record every day. Thank you, God, for waking me up today. Not just the big things that people can see. It's because of the values that we attach success to that people don't feel fulfilled. When you achieve something and you feel, okay, the Lord has done it, it only lasts for few minutes.
Okay.
there's no peak to success. If there is, Dangote shouldn't be working again now.
Yeah. So yeah, no, the and thanks for reiterating it, because this is so important that success isn't a goal that people success, even the Bible says it, that count your blessings, name them
Blessings,
one by one.
one by one, yes.
It will surprise
And you
you
see what
what
the
the
Lord
Lord
has
has
done.
done. So success is, I'm sure, if we all sit down and reflect, we'll see things which we are grateful for. The next question I'll ask you now is, if we now shift it from our own success to the success of other people, which we tend not to celebrate, um, how do we celebrate other people? How do we celebrate success in other people, so that it's not when something happens or they're facing a challenge or they pass on, that's when we now start saying, this person has done. So how do we celebrate the success of other people as
I
well?
think for me personally, I'm not going to wait till you are successful before I celebrate you. I'm not going
Mm,
to wait for people to be successful before I begin to celebrate them. Anyone that the Lord has put in your life is for a reason. Whether they are successful or not, celebrate them every day. And you can celebrate, you don't wait until their birthdays, you don't wait until they have big things to do before you celebrate them. Randomly, just pick your phone and call people. Hello, how are you doing? That's a way of celebrating people. That means you cherish their place in your life. So you don't need to wait until they are successful. That's how I see it. You don't need to wait until people are successful, until they are
mm,
celebrating their birthdays, until they are having weddings, until they have
mm,
until they are graduating from school before you celebrate them. If we start doing it that way, you have been celebrating them even before they become successful. So when they now eventually become successful, it won't be a big deal.
mm.
It
Wow.
just come natural to you.
Wow, that's a powerful insight, and I'll I'll go into it a bit more. I wanted to just share a few comments here. So, Professor Emmanuel said, "For me, I prefer housewarming." So he's referring to example among immediate family members, because there might be issues when you invite outsiders to your new house. There's wickedness everywhere in our world of today. And that's true, that's wisdom, because I think someone also said celebrating success under God's directive is wisdom. But there's a point here as well, that there's a misconception that celebration must be loud. I totally agree, but waking up every day should be celebrated. So these are quite important contributions. But I wanted to now talk on that, like you said, celebrating people. It shouldn't be waiting for them. I think that is really profound. Don't say you are celebrating people success or birthday. Reach out and appreciate them, because that's celebrating them, as opposed to, you know everybody. I know someone who, when it gets close to his birthday, he changes his date um, on Facebook. He said because he said many people don't know his birthday, and when it's birthday time and they get the notification, you now
They'll
have
start saying happy birthday, happy birthday.
mm,
Probably people that you have not spoken to in the last 1 year.
and he said some of them would even be saying, "How far? Where have you been hiding?" Um, so what you've said, for me, it really resonates strongly. But how do you do it? How do you do that in terms of practically? Do you look up your phone book and call everybody in your so Ngozi said she tried that too, but people find out anyway. Um, do you pick up your phone and look at everyone on your phone list and call them regularly?
No,
Or do you have a strategy around
well,
celebrating people?
there's no strategy to that. There's no strategy. What I think, what I do, I love people. I love people, and I attract good people. Good people. So what I do is when I start thinking about you for a very, like in a day, your picture just keep coming to my mind. Your picture just keep coming to my mind. I know I need to reach out, and it happens a lot. Okay, it might not be that way for everybody. What you can do is maybe on the weekend, instead of scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through WhatsApp status, what you can do is you can just reach out to 2 or 3 people. Hello, how have you been? I'm just checking on you. So they know that I'm in this person's mind, and somehow they'll pay you back. They'll pay you back. So it goes like that. It becomes a cycle, and it goes that way.
Wow, wow, wow. And for you, and this is something I struggle with as well. But for you, how do you manage? Because I know you would have a very long contact list. How do you manage to, celebrate everyone? If, for example, you have like a 1,000 names on your contact list, so on and so forth.
You can have 1,000 name on your contact list, but your people among that 1,000, they may not be
Mm,
up to 300, because
mm,
contact does not equals the people in your life.
mm.
I have people on my contact that we've not spoken in the last 5 years. Not because, yes, not because I can't reach out, but because there's no, how do I put it now? We don't really have a relationship. So if I call them, it will be odd. Maybe we only get in touch when it is time for business. So if I start calling them and say, and let's I say, let me check on you, they will know that this girl is looking for something. So among your 1,000 lists, at least maybe, let's say 50% of your 1,000 lists are your real people.
Mm,
People that you have really connected to,
mm.
that you have really connected with, rather. So if you reach out to that kind of yes, if you reach out to that kind of people, it will not seem strange.
Mm.
So it's not about your contacts, it's about your people in your contacts.
Wow. Oh,
Yes.
powerful. I think that there's a few contributions as well. The answer is fine. Yeah, that's true. Um, okay, Luakem, she said, wow, the answer is fire. Scrolling through our contact list and putting a call through. That's true. So it's about the people in your life, not your contacts. Thank you. That's a real powerful one. You also said, when I make my weekly schedule, I always place some people on my schedule that come to my mind to pray for extra. It could be
I do that
people
too.
I spoke to that week in WhatsApp, or just because I've
Yes.
not heard from them
Yes. I
for
do
some
that too.
weeks. So that means what we are saying in sort of summary, because we will be wrapping up very soon, is that success is relative. Success is not, we shouldn't attach success to material things, because when you achieve it, you'll be disappointed. And
Yes.
I would also say, when you don't achieve it, you'll be disappointed with yourself as well, and could make people feel that they have not achieved anything. And we've seen people in the Bible, even Elijah, when he did some great things, he was saying, I'm no better than my father. So at times, success is a yardstick that if you cross it, you now wonder, okay, but I still don't feel too happy afterwards. And if you don't cross it, you still feel unhappy. So removing it is important. Then
Yes.
you also shed some light as well that we should celebrate everything, and we can celebrate people's success. We shouldn't wait for people to be successful. We should reach out, and you define people that people, it's people you are connected with, not just contacts on the phone. And I think all these are really powerful. I don't know if there is any further contributions as we begin to wind down, but thank you so much. These are some real profound insights, and I don't know if other people have other comments. Please feel free to type it in as we begin to sort of wrap up. Um, I would now ask a question. I know I've been asking a lot of questions since you are the special guest. And
Hey.
as long as you keep coming up with these golden nuggets of an answer or fire answers, we'll keep on asking you questions. Um, what are the things we should celebrate? I know you've mentioned, um, waking up and everything that happens. What else can we celebrate? Because some people might be saying, well, you are right. I've always based the success on the material things. Um, but what do I now celebrate? Because if I'm not looking forward to those things, there's nothing exciting happening. Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Um, I celebrate everything. Like I said,
Mm,
I celebrate everything from
mm,
waking up to being able to feed, then to being able to help other people. I celebrate that.
mm,
Now, um, I don't know how to put it, but it's like we are going back. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your little accomplishments. Nobody is saying don't celebrate the big things. You are still going to celebrate those ones too. But celebrate the little. In fact, celebrate your failure.
mm,
Celebrate your failure because rock bottom, when you think you have got to the end of yourself. I don't know where I picked that from. In fact, I picked this word last week. It says rock bottom is a good place to start building again.
mm,
Yes, rock bottom, you are at the end, you are at the very low. It says that place is a very good place to start building again because that's rock bottom now. You can't sink from that place again. That's the lower you can get. So that's a very good place to start building again. So celebrate your failure. It is because you are alive that you are failing, that you fail. A
mm,
dead person cannot fail. Somebody that is
mm,
already 6 feet below the ground cannot fail again. You failed because you are alive. So celebrate that too. Celebrate the fact that you put in effort. So now that you have failed, you know that you should pick yourself up again. And the mistakes that you have made, you will not repeat it. So celebrate that too. Don't
mm,
only celebrate joyous moments. Now, what I said is easier said than done. When you are at the rock bottom, you don't think of anything else
mm,
because you are sad. Because you are sad. So at that moment, listen to good music. Music that can lift your spirit. They are bound on YouTube. In fact, when you get to YouTube, just type music that can lift your spirit or just type lift my spirit. So celebrate everything, everything, everything. So far you are still alive. You have you have an edge over somebody that is dead.
Mm. Wow. Thank you so much. That was really powerful. There were some additional points. Professor Emeritus said, my contact list and Facebook friends are very few, less than 30 people. I'm comfortable sharing with this group, but never share beyond this membership. Moderation is key. And Ngozi as well said, I celebrate my good health every day, for I know how it is to be unhealthy. Then your quote about as well about celebrate your failure, rock bottom is a very good place to start rebuilding. Um, Also, I want to, in the theme of, celebrating, I also want to celebrate you, Ma, for coming. Uh, Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me.
This,
It's a
this
pleasure.
has really been a very thought provoking and useful session.
Thank you so much, sir.
And I want to celebrate everyone as well coming. I can't say everyone, but I can at least the people who have contributed. I celebrate you as well.
Thank you so much.
Ngozi, Professor Emeritus, my aunt, my mom,
Thank you.
Eli Kupolui, Oluwakemi Agbola. I think she's close to you. It's a new name. Celebrate her as well. Celebrate
Yourself.
some of the people who have come on this program as well.
Yes.
And there's been a few good news. There's a lady who was a widow who lost her husband just a few weeks before the child was born. Celebrate as well. She's now married and, happily married. And
Bless you.
okay, we're getting thanks for the lecture, Ma. I also did my baby sister. She's here. She's hit the big 40. Um, thank God I celebrate her life. And I celebrate all Unboxed Praise. I celebrate, I can't start naming everyone one by one, but thank you, everyone. Really celebrate you.
I
Thanks
celebrate you too, sir.
for making it
Thank you
happen.
for being who you are. Thank you for
Yeah,
carrying us along. Thank you for the wonderful work that you are doing at the Unboxed Praise. Really appreciate you,
yeah,
sir. God
yeah.
bless you, sir.
So, amen, amen. So, please let us all, in closing, let us all live here with the lesson and not forget it. Let's celebrate people. I've learned a lot of things here. A lot of it important. I won't forget your contact is not your connected people. I won't forget.
Yes.
I won't forget not having success as the basis. But I'll just say thank you, everyone. Make sure you celebrate yourself because it's only one life. And there's a saying that if you don't beat your own drum, who will beat it for you?
Who will beat it for
Um,
you?
so yeah, there's a lot of people saying thank you, thank you. So thank you, everyone. So please be positive. 2022, you can still do great things.
Yeah.
God will help us. We're alive and stay strong in the Lord. And for the also, I want to celebrate this particular group of people, especially, and those are some of the Hausa people who watch this program, even though they are facing persecution. Some of them can't openly join, but they've been communicating with us. So we want to celebrate you. God will keep you on strong as well and make things easier and make a way for you. And the light of God will not depart from your life. So thank you, everyone. And see
Thank
you
you so
all next week, where we'll be talking about how to evangelize. And we have a special guest. So please, a round of applause for our guest speaker. Okay, I can see people have done that. So thanks all.
Thank you.
See you all by the grace of God next week, and keep celebrating yourself and your connected people, not your contacts. God bless you all.